Right, welcome back. Another eye video, and as you can see, I've done the extension on this little building. What I've done is what I said I would do, was a new wall all the way around, all running at the same height. It was very easy to do, just a new floor, and carried on with the brick sections as I did in the earlier video. Just glued them straight down. I've also created a stairwell, and I've also cut a door through to the underneath of the stairwell, as there's always a door underneath the stairs for some strange reason. I think it's mainly for storage. These bits that are sticking out the front here are mainly just reference points for me to know where the actual stairs is going to come to, because there's going to be a door here and a door here. But there won't be a door there and a door there, because by the time this is destroyed or taken away, these bits won't be there. But I still need to make them and put them in situ, because I need them bits to go into the piles of debris, because they're going to be there. They've got to be there somewhere amongst the rubbish and that. So that's the reason why these bits are there. The stairs, I'm not going to do this on this video. This will be probably a little video on its own, because I've got to work out the treads and risers and work out how to actually get it back down to this point. But I will do a video on that and show you how I make the stairs. But like I say, I've got to convert that from feet and inches down to, well, from normal size down to 1/35 scale, which won't take me long, and like I say, we'll do a complete video on that, on how to do that. But today I want to look at getting some plaster or plasterboard on the wall. Now I'm going to be using these. You've seen I've shown you these a couple of times. These are the plasterboard sheets, which I mould from a mould which I do have here. This is from Diorama Debris. It's just a silicone mould, and you cast these sheets out. Very, very useful and very, very quick. All we're going to do is literally glue these to the wall with some PVA, and we're just going to go all the way around and cover all the walls. This is going to give us a nice flat finish to either paint or put paper on, things like that. Now all I'm using is straightforward PVA, and they would call this in the trade as dot and dabbing, but it's more like slathering. And it's just a matter of going round, because if you kept your building nice and square, everything should go in nice and square. So me sort of telling you to keep everything, you know, plumb and upright, there's a reason. It just makes your life a lot easier when you start coming to do the fancy work, like we're doing here. Right, it is as easy as that. Now the joints I will be rubbing over with probably a little bit of filler, and just rubbing over it. Oh, I've cracked it there, but hey ho. I'll be rubbing over the joints with a little tiny bit of filler, probably a little bit of perfect putty or something like that, and just sanding it back. The kitchen area I'm just going to leave as plain plaster, and if any cracks are formed in the actual plaster itself, I am not going to lose any sleep, because it'll all go to the effect. So I'm going to carry on. I'll put you on pause. I'm going to carry on and get this all put all the way around. Then I'll come back when I've done it all, and we'll have a look, and we'll carry on to something different. I just thought I'd show you just how easy these sheets are to cut. They're very, very similar to a proper sheet of plasterboard. Mark up what you want, and then just run down with the scalpel or your X-Acto knife, which whichever weapon you prefer. Just 2 light scores and it just snaps like that. Very easy, very quick. I wish the 8x4 sheets of plasterboard really broke like that, but there you go. Okay, we've got all the plasterboard on, well, as much as I'm going to put on at this time. We've got the 2 rooms done all the way around. Take it back that way. Excuse me. I put some plasterboard on here. I'm not going to bother underneath the stairs or above the stairs at the moment, not until we actually get the stairs in. And like I say, I'll do a video totally separate for the stairs. Now, we're going to move on now is to actually put some floor tiles down. I'm going to be using these little 12x12s. Now, there's no point in me showing you, because at the end of the day we're going to be starting in the far corner like so, then just working backwards and forwards and just gluing them down. So I'm going to carry on and get that started, and when I get to about halfway I should just do a quick clip so you can see, you know, what it looks like and everything else, and then I'll get the whole lot finished off. Right, just a quick peep. I'm halfway, well over halfway now, putting these little 12x12 flags down, and personally I think it don't look too bad actually. Very easy to do, very easy to put down. It's just a little bit time consuming. I think this has taken me about, what, hour and a half, but it was worth it. I wasn't going to fill this bit in here, but I can't help myself. I just have to make sure that the things are finished. But there again, I don't really know what's going to be happening with the stairs. I don't know if there's going to be a hole through it or broken down one side. Not sure yet. So I thought I'd fill it in just in case. It always gives me the option later on of creating more damage. But that's where we are, and I'm going to carry on and get the rest finished off. Okay, we've completed the floors, as you can see, and it looks alright. I'm quite pleased. It's turned out quite well, yeah. I'll say no issues with it. It was just a matter of sticking down one after each other. No problems at all. Now we've got all that bit done. We've got the plasterboarding done, well, the plastering should I say, to its almost finished stage. We're just going to run a bit of filler in them joints, sanding stick over the top of it, and that will be complete. But what I want to do now is I'd like to put some chimney breasts in, and if I can just lift the camera up a little tiny bit, I want to put a large chimney breast in here, almost the sort of size of a inglenook fireplace, so I can actually put some sort of cooking hearth or range or something of that shape or size. I'm going to build it as a separate unit so I can actually glue it to the wall, for the simple reason is then when the floor goes on, the floor will sit on top of it, and then when I put the chimney going through the bedroom, which they used to have as well, that can all come out as a separate unit, so I can take this floor out and still actually get to the lower areas to put figures or whatever is going to go in here yet. Well, I ain't decided yet. So I'm going to put one that end, and I'd also like to put one this end up here. Exactly the same, probably the same sort of style and shape, just as the front room would have a fireplace in, same as the kitchen. So I'm going to reposition the camera and I'll just run through how I'm going to build them. Right, I'm going to try and build a couple of fireplaces or chimney breasts, whichever one you'd like to call it. The problem is I haven't got a great deal of all the same colour bricks, so at the end of this I might have to do a few castings, but I'm going to use what I've got to start off with. Now these are the pier bricks. They make up piers. Now the way I've worked it is to have one section standing up glued into there, then this section, if you can see all my big hands in the way, glued into there, and then the next section is to be glued into there to make the end of a pier, like so. Now I think what I'll do is I'll glue this up, put you on pause, I'll get this glued up, and then you can see a little bit clearer. Well, we're standing up. Right, that's the way the pier is going to go, and I've got another one exactly the same, which I'm going to glue up. One to glue as a corner, a smaller piece as the front of the pier, it all hangs, then another piece to actually make the pier up. So what we have is two ends like so for fireplace. Now the centre bit is very easy to fill in with pieces like this. You get them around the right way, like so, and that will actually make the fireplace up when you get that one correct. Then I'm going to put a piece of balsa wood, but I'm going to use it as a lintel, about that distance down on the actual fireplace, and then above that we'll take brickwork up. But the first thing I'll do is I'll get these two ends glued together, and then I'll come back. Okay, slightly different angle now. As you can see, look, I've glued up these two end piers. Very simple, very straightforward, just using the bits and pieces that I've got. Now this is going to be filled in with pieces like that to create the look of the back wall. And also, you may have noticed I've just left out, I just snipped them back, some of the bricks at the top. This is so when I put the lintel in I can actually join more brickwork up and take it across the top. The lintel's going to sit just about there somewhere, and it's going to be a piece of wood. I shall do a little bit of pre-weathering on it before I put it in, but that will be sat just nicely in there, brickwork on top, and that's going to create our little chimney breast for the kitchen. Now I'm going to make up another one exactly the same as that for the front room, the lounge, should we call it? The lounge. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue this back section in. We'll get that assembled. It's going to be a little bit longer than that actually. I'm going to probably put another piece like that in just to extend it. So I'll glue that together, and then I'll come back and then I'll show you how I'm going to do the lintel. Right, I've got the back section glued in. When I actually offered it up to the building, this with the one piece in the middle, it was big enough. I didn't want to go too mad. So the next bit is to get a lintel in across here somehow. So all I'm going to do, if I can keep my big hands out of the way, is we'll go down to there. So this bit of timber's 2 courses. So what I'm going to do is, with my little saw, you can't see, I've got my huge great big hands in the way. I'm just going to cut into that bit. Into that bit, like so, and then just cut this bit out over here. These little saws from Tamiya are pretty good. They've gone deadly quiet, sorry about that. Here's loose. Excuse the hands. Right, I'll prize that bit out of there. So what we've got a gap. Now I shall just tidy that up, and this piece of timber will sit nicely in there. This is the same width as 2 courses. So what I'm going to do, I'll cut the other one, and I'll get this lintel put in. I've already started just giving it a bit of grain, and then we'll just fix it into there so the brickwork just sits on the top. Right, managed to get the lintel in. It's in. I've just given the lintel a coat of my favourite stuff, burnt umber, thinned down, and a tiny bit of black just to give it that highlight. I've done a little bit of pre-weathering in the back there. I've just used a little tiny, well actually what was left of the black I mixed up just to start the back getting sooty and things like that. So the next bit is to actually get some more brickwork right the way across the top here, and to actually get it to height. So I'm going to put you on pause again because I need to get this into the building and just work out my courses, how high I need to come, because I'll just put that against the wall, then measure up how many bricks I need, break it off at that, and then we'll build this top section up all in one nice solid bit. And then the ceiling is actually going to sit directly on top of that, and that's going to be a good job. So I'll stick you on pause and I will be back in a second. Okay, what I've done, I've actually cut 3 pieces 7 courses high. Now that will take me to my ceiling level all the way through. So these are only just sat in there loose, just me dry fitting. Now I'm going to get them glued in, and then we need to work on, well, it's going to be 3 courses just around the back here, just to make it up to height, and I can use any type of filler in the back there. So I'm going to glue them 3 pieces in. Oh, the one bit I did have to mention, take that out. So I should have took them out anyway. Excuse the big fingers in the way. I can't get that bit out now without breaking it. What I actually had to do was just take them couple of bricks out that I toothed out, just take them out, expose them ones, that one, so that it just clipped in and it sat properly. Nothing too horrific, it was just a matter of just a little bit of fettling just to get that in. So I'm going to get them glued in and sorted out, and I'll move on to the next bit. Okay, I've got the front bit glued on, and I've also cut the pieces, which I haven't stuck them on yet, but I've cut the pieces to finish off the top half. So basically that's done. So I'm going to glue these on, and I'm also going to get this gritted up. I'm going to do a little tiny bit of weathering in the back there. I quite like that actually, where that little bit of dust has just fallen down. It's quite effective actually. I'm going to do a tiny bit of weathering in the back there just to get things started. but I won't be doing too much, not until I actually get the what's it called, the range or oven in there. So but that's that's a long way away yet. I'm just concentrating on actually getting the structure done. So I'm going to get this grouted up and finished off, and I shall get it in situ, and then I'll come back to you again. Right, that's the fireplace and the fire breast just being grouted up. I'll just give it a coat of pigment fix. Still a little bit on the damp side, as you can see, but all in all, I'm quite happy with that. I've just put a couple of little hooks on there as well, on the lintel. You can just about see them, just two tiny little hooks just to hang some bits on a bit later. But all in all, pretty good. Right, I'll put you on pause and we'll stick it in the building and see what it looks like. Well, once that camera focuses, I don't think that looks too bad in place. I had to bump the light up, so it's probably a little bit grainy, but all in all, yeah, that's going to look alright. Now I should pull you away, but I'll have to just adjust the light as we bring it back. I'm going to take the roof off, well, floor. There's the floor. I think all in all, it don't look too bad. I've just got to make one now for the other end, this end here, but I've got to cast a few bricks out for that, a few brick panels, because I'm not really got enough to do to make it the same brick as that one, and I prefer to have it the same brick. But all in all, I don't think we've done too bad on this video. We managed to get the floor down, the walls plasterboarded, and a fire breast in. On the next video, I think we better start looking at cutting some doorways in, one over the back here, a window in the back here as well, another window in the front room this side, and also on the front there's going to be a couple of windows, one this side, one this side, but I want to get them now cut out so I can start organising the damage, and also the windows will probably be into the damage as well, so excuse me. So I think we'll be looking at that on the next video, and also building of the stairs. I think we'll combine the two together, so but it's going to take me a few hours to work out from full size to 1/35 scale on the stairs. It can be done, everything's possible. So that's it on this one. Thank you very much for joining me, and we'll see you on the next one.